And we are back for another brand review. This may be the last one of the evening. I've done a few already. This is on Perfect Potion. Let me just show you in our Facebook group. Juliana had recommended Salvatore Battaglia, and I wasn't sure if he had essential oils, so I did a Google search, and then I remembered that his essential oil website is called Perfect Potion. It's where I purchased his latest book. So he is known as one of the original aromatherapists in the aromatherapy community. His complete guide to aromatherapy is absolutely amazing, has a lot of great information in it. So let me go ahead. I've never reviewed his essential oils or even looked at them because he's not in the US, which is the whole point of me doing these brand reviews for those of you not in the US. So this is, he's located in Australia. So let me go ahead and click on, I had no idea he has all of his skincare and everything. Super interesting. So let's take a look at pure essential oils. It looks like he has blends as well. That's good to see. Let me zoom in here. For those of you on mobile. Alrighty. So my expectations are a little bit higher for this website than others because he is an established published author. However, I'm just curious to know what I'm going to find out because like a lot of, they call themselves a vintage aromatherapists, they are not always up to speed on all of the current latest safety information. Some of them are kind of stuck back to when eucalyptus was fine to use on babies, and now we know otherwise after a lot of people have been hurt that's not the case. So I'm super curious to see, this is the first time I've been here, exactly what he says. So speaking of eucalyptus, let's actually skip down and I was going to say let's skip down and go there, but I'm not even seeing it here. You know what, that's probably in the Australian Native Essential Oils link, so let's just stick here for now. Let me go ahead and click on Bergamot. I'm expecting that this is going to be noted that it is phototoxic, perhaps even with a specific percentage or topical max. So it is. It says bergamot essential oil should not be used topically in the presence of UV light as it may cause photosensitivity, which is true. So really glad to see that. Let's click on the how to use. 5 drops to an oil vaporizer, also known as a diffuser, or bath, or 5 drops to every 10 ml of carrier oil 1 to 3 times daily. Children half the adult dose. So 5 drops in a bath without mentioning a carrier oil. I would definitely add no more than 5 drops to a bath, but I would use a carrier oil as well as the Epsom salts. 5 drops to every 10 ml is less than a 3% dilution, so that's still rather high. That's still a rather high dilution considering this should be diluted to 0.5%. So that's interesting. Let's take a look at cinnamon bark. So no cinnamon leaf, but he does have cinnamon bark. This one is not safe for use during pregnancy, which is not actually listed here. May cause dermal irritation. That is true. Not to be added to the bath. Probably a good idea. Skin irritation may result from contact with undiluted oils. Correct. No mention here of diluting to 0.01%. So that is really, it's very low topical max. And there's, okay, well, he is saying here to use diffused only. So perhaps that is why. However, mentioning down here that skin irritation may result from contact with undiluted oils, there's no mention of how much to dilute to avoid that. So that's interesting. Let me take a look at clove bud. Oh, and nothing mentioning anything about blood thinners either. Okay. Cautions not to be used on children under 2 years of age. That is true. Use in low dilutions as it may cause dermal irritation, which is also true, but nothing about 0.5%. And nothing here letting you know this is anticoagulant. This needs to be not used if you are on aspirin or other blood thinners. So I'm surprised that that is not mentioned as well. So I would like to see a little bit more specific information. I'll have to grab his book and see what his book says versus what he says on his website to see if they actually say the exact same thing or not. So fennel is potentially carcinogenic, which I am not seeing here at all. There's actually no cautions on this at all, and there are in fact several cautions. Also, if you have endometriosis, you should avoid fennel. So, among other things. So, very interesting that there are no cautions for fennel at all. Let's see. Grapefruit is phototoxic. Let's see if that is flagged. It is not flagged. Now, is this steam distilled, perhaps? Method of extraction? Nope, it's cold pressed. So this is phototoxic, over 4%. I expected a little bit more. Alrighty, so let's see. Lemon oil is also phototoxic at more than 2%. Let's see if that is noted here. It is not, and it is cold pressed, so this definitely is phototoxic. Interesting. Disappointing, considering. Let's see. Lime is also phototoxic. Let's see if this one, it's more than 0.7%. And there's no cautions here at all. Let's click on the how to use. 5 drops or 2 drops to every 10 mil. Now, 2 drops to every 10 mil, that's a 1% dilution, which is lower than the other recommendation, but it is still higher than it really should be, considering that it's phototoxic at 0.7% or above 0.7%. Alrighty, let's take a look at a couple of more before I go over and see if he has any blends, or before I click on the Australian native essential oils to check out eucalyptus to see what he has there. Let's take a look at peppermint and see if it has ages 6+ on it. Nothing at all. So there's nothing here on using on ages 6+ only. There's nothing here on its 5% topical max. There's nothing here on the possibility of reducing milk supply in pregnant women, or do not use if you have GERD or G6PD deficiency. So that is all lacking right there. Rosemary oil, depends on what chemotype this is. It has different safety issues. So there's no chemotype listed here either. So this is a little bit disappointing. I actually expected this to be more filled with safety information. So there's nothing here. Now, rosemary is one of the ones that has different constituents. It's either going to be the cineol constituent, which is high in 1,8 cineol, which is for ages 10+ only, or it's going to be the camphor or the verbenone. There's several other different chemotypes for rosemary. So you should never see just rosemary. You should know which one that it is, because they have slightly different uses. But like I said, the cineol one should not be used around children under the age of 10. And that's not mentioned here. Oh, hang on. Let me go back. Because what I am seeing is this here. So the major constituents are listed here. So it does have, do you see this? 40 to 44% 1,8 cineol. So this is the cineol chemotype, and this is flagged for not being recommended around children. So that is at least, that is one thing that I need to point out that I do like. I know I'm always like looking for the safety, and sometimes I'll check out the usage recommendations and stuff. But one thing that I am seeing here that I have not seen on any other website is a listing of the major constituents that can be expected in the essential oil. So I like that. That is something I like, because just like you saw me do, I was able to discover the chemotype by looking at that major constituents listing. So that was helpful. Okay, so no flags here as far as sage being neurotoxic. There are several other safety issues as well with sage, and I'm not seeing any warnings against using this at all, which is not okay with me. As you know, I'm very safety minded. How to use 2 drops. Now, I don't know, does Sage have a topical max? Give me 1 second. All I know is just don't use it. Just don't use it, that particular one. Actually, let me make sure this is the correct. Yeah, so Salvia officinalis, that is the one that is your most common sage, also known as Dalmatian sage. And yeah, neurotoxic, do not use at all. Alrighty. So let's click on the Australian native essential oils. This is where I'm going to find eucalyptus. And this is where I hope to find do not use under age 10 for eucalyptus. That's polybractea. So this one shouldn't be used during pregnancy. The polybractea one, I believe, is the one that should not be used during pregnancy. Let me just, actually, I'm not sure if I have that particular one in here. Let me see. Let me just double check. I don't want to say something that's not right. I always make sure that if I'm not really sure. Oh, no. So this is the fine one. Okay. Polybractea is the one that is safe for use during pregnancy. There's another one, though, that begins with P that is not, but I don't have that listed here. Okay, so I'm trying to find, okay, Divi's. Now that has a lot less 1,8-cineol, so this is the one that is safe for all ages. I'm looking for your typical, I don't even see the regular eucalyptus here. How bizarre is that? Why am I not seeing regular eucalyptus here? Now, lemon eucalyptus is fine. That's more like lemon than it is eucalyptus, so that's not an issue for children. How strange. So I don't even find, this is an Australian website, and I'm not finding regular eucalyptus. Ah, that's crazy. That's crazy. All right, well, then I don't find it. So let's take a look at the blends. See what's in here, see what safety's noted. Let's go ahead on the Breathe Easy blend. This one is typically going to have your eucalyptus, etc. in here. Ingredients. Okay, so eucalyptus. This is the one that's safe for all ages, though. Polybractea. This is safe for all ages. So this particular eucalyptus is, which means it's not high in 1,8-cineol, which means, you know, it's the 1,8-cineol that actually helps adults with the breathing issues. It has lemon, it has peppermint, pine, cedarwood, aniseed, that is potentially carcinogenic, ginger, spike lavender. Okay. Spike lavender. I think it's just a topical max. That's the issue with spike lavender. Yeah, and it also may be neurotoxic. Tea tree and red thyme. Let me just look up that specific thyme, the Thymus vulgaris. There's actually a lot of Thymus vulgarises. And there's several different, there's I think 5 or 6 different chemotypes. So depending on which chemotype this is, would reflect on what the safety for that is. Some of them are anticoagulants, some have drug interactions, and they have varying topical maxes. So this is a very interesting Breathe Easy blend. I'm seeing stuff in here I don't typically see in a blend like that. But this would definitely be for over age 6 because of peppermint. But I don't recommend using aniseed at all. It's just too risky of an essential oil. Let's take a look at, why are there two? Okay, different. Okay, I'm seeing breathe easy, but then I'm seeing different volumes, so that's why. Oh, there's a lot of blends here. Okay, Cosmic Blend, Daphne Blend, Earth Blend, Expressive. So when there's names that are a little bit, in my opinion, kind of arbitrary, like, is this specific essential oil blend truly going to make somebody more expressive? You know what I mean? Like, is this for aroma only? Oh, there was a focus blend. Actually, I want that. I need to click on that focus blend. All right, so let's see what ingredients are here. We have lemon, rosemary, basil, peppermint, and black pepper. So that would be effective. That is a really great blend. I don't know which type of basil this is. I only recommend the linalool chemotype. The other ones just have way too many safety issues. Definitely inhale. Lemon essential oil is phototoxic, and this was for ages 10 and above. due to the rosemary. Again, assuming this is the one that's high in 1,8-cineol that we saw on that other page. Otherwise, 6+ due to peppermint. Alrighty, but yeah, the formulation for that, I probably would put a little bit less lemon in it, perhaps, and not list that first, assuming that it's listed in order of how much there is, which is not always the case. Let's look at the happy and calm blend. Usually happy essential oils, or ones that are intended for happiness, are more uplifting rather than calming. So let's just see. We have orange, lavender, Roman chamomile, and frankincense. Looks fine, looks good. That is definitely calming. That is calming. Not sedative, but calming. Hug time. I have to look at this one, hug time. That's cute. Ingredients: lavender, orange, palmarosa, geranium, patchouli, ginger, ylang-ylang, rose. Ah, so there's aphrodisiacs in there. I see. That looks amazing. Let's see what else. Persephone blend. It was a long time before I realized that that was not pronounced Persephone. Alrighty. Refresh, relax. So let's take a look at the relax blend and see if this has sedatives or just calming essential oils. Lavender, sweet orange, geranium, and ylang-ylang. So this would be definitely more calming or relaxing, yes, but not sedative. Sacred dreaming. Perhaps these have the sedative essential oils in it. Let's see. We have geranium, rosemary. So rosemary is stimulating. I'm surprised that that would be in here. But it is connect with the wisdom of your subconscious. Maybe you're not supposed to be asleep. Maybe this is more meditation. Geranium, rosemary, sweet orange, cedarwood, which is sedative. Bergamot, which is calming to sedative depending on the person. Patchouli, possibly sedative. Yeah, sandalwood is sedative. Peppermint, though. So there's a mixture of sedative and stimulating essential oils. That is really interesting. We have lavender, which is calming for a lot of people and stimulating for some. Vetiver is a sedative. Did I say calming? Yeah, calming, stimulating. Yep. And then ylang-ylang and sweet marjoram. That's a very interesting blend. I would have probably split these nearly half and half and gone with sedative and stimulating. So that's interesting. I guess you kind of want to be awake a little bit. Then maybe that's more of a meditation blend. I don't know. Let's see. I'm looking for more specific descriptions on the blend. Okay, sweet dreams. Here we go. So this one should be mostly sedative. That's what I'm expecting in a sweet dreams blend. So we have lavender, petitgrass, orange, clary sage, Roman chamomile. Again, more calming, but not necessarily sedative. Interesting. Water blend, wood blend, zest. So let's just take a look at this and see what's up with this. So this is energize your being, revitalize your enthusiasm for life. Okay, so this is an energy blend. So we have lime, orange, rosemary, and mandarin. Yes. So rosemary is definitely going to be the most stimulating or energizing essential oil listed here. Mandarin is typically more calming. Orange as well, but also sometimes for energy a little bit. It's kind of one of those that can go either way. And then lime. So that probably will work fine. This is for ages 10+ though, by the way. Like, I didn't mention a couple of those other blends that I just went through really quickly. I was more kind of thrown off by the formulation. But 10+ years for the rosemary. And they're recommending a massage oil. Okay, if you are getting a massage, you want to relax. So I don't know that an energizing, I mean, I suppose you could have an energizing massage if you're tired and you want to like get energized, but typically a massage is going to be relaxing. So interesting. But yeah, you can, so oil burner is not going to be as effective as, say, an inhaler, or an aroma pendant, or a diffuser. An oil burner is going to be very more subtle and more ambient. So, okay, well, that's interesting. So I hope you liked my review. If you are interested in learning more about specific safety issues for more than 240 essential oils, go ahead and grab your copy of Essential Oil Safety Files over at ueoslibrary.com, and you can find out which essential oils are safe for you, for your kids, for your pets, if there's any drug interactions, if there's any that are phototoxic, neurotoxic, potentially carcinogenic, anticoagulant, etc. So I hope you enjoyed my review, and I hope you guys have a great day. I'm going to go ahead and upload this to YouTube, where you can find all of my reviews. Alrighty, guys. If you have any questions, almost forgot, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and I will answer them as soon as I see them. Thank you!